Hi guys, this is Muhammad Adil, the founder and CEO of DoItSocially.com. Today I am here to share a very important topic of social media called social media policy. But wait, I gonna discuss this topic from a very unique perspective. I gonna talk that how you can achieve a guaranteed social media success by implementing an effective social media policy. So let's move to the topic. First of all, the question arises that what is social media policy? So the simple answer is that the social media policy is a corporate code of conduct that regulates employees' behavior on social media. Most people think that social media policy is just about the controlling employees' behavior. But in reality, this is just a single part of social media policy. There are some few basics of social media policy beside controlling or regulating employees' behavior. So the basics are divided in three numbers. The first one is to promote and protect company. Like social media is used to promote companies' brand and products and services, and at the same time protecting companies' reputation against any bad news regarding company. The second thing is regulating and conducting employees' behavior, that what information they should share on social media and how they should interact with the audience. The third thing is to facilitate, entertain and support the customer. This point is very important to be included in the social media policy. Facilitating and supporting the customer is the reason of the whole social media campaign of the company. But it is important to inform and to direct the employees who are managing the social media on behalf of company to know the importance of the customers and a prescribed way of approaching to the customer and to facilitating them. So this point should be elaborated in much depth so that employees who are managing the social media on behalf of company do not face any problem while interacting and facilitating to the customers. So now let's imagine that what could happen if there is no social media policy for the companies who are managing their business on social media. First of all, the absence of social media policy will expose the company to the legal problems, and at the same time it might cause some public embarrassment for the company. Like if there is no social media policy, so the employees who are managing the social media on behalf of company are directionless. They don't have any direction, so they might share any copyrighted material, or they might share their personal opinion. So this might cause some legal problems, and at the same time if employees show some irresponsible behavior on social media, or they become emotional with the audience, so it will definitely raise some public embarrassment for the company, because people are feeling that these are the opinions or these are the behavior of that company. So therefore, the absence of social media policy could harm the company itself. Secondly, the absence of social media policy can raise problem from the employees. Like if employee is managing the social media presence of the company and there is no social media policy, so he is directionless when he faces some problems or he is asked a particular questions by the audience, so he might be directionless. And at the same time, if employee is unable to manage the social media effectively, or if at times he shows irresponsible behavior, so he might be fired from his job. Recently we have witnessed so many cases where employees were fired from their jobs just because they were showing some irresponsible behavior. So the absence of proper social media policy could be very harmful for the employees as well as the companies itself. And at the same time, if employees are unable to manage their work effectively, if they are unable to interact with the audience effectively, if they are unable to answer their queries effectively, or if they are unable to provide the information or provide the value which the customer are looking for, so the chances are that the customers will become unhappy, and the large number of audience which have never bought anything from the company and they are interested in the company might lose them because they were not treated well. They were expecting some things from the company, but they have not get those things from the company's social media. So the chances are the company will lose those audience. And what will be the ultimate result? The ultimate result will be the waste of money spent on social media and the waste of efforts which are spent on company social media. So that's why we say that if you want a success, or if you want a guaranteed success, so you have to come up with an effective social media policy. So here are our guidelines for social media policy. You can implement these guidelines for any type of business who is conducting a social media Okay, so first of all, the employees who are managing social media on behalf of company should be responsible. They should be responsible for every information they share, and they should be responsible for every interaction they conduct with the audience. At the same time, the employees should be credible, because their credibility is directly attached to the credibility of the company. And remember, the credibility factor is very much important on social media, because there are many businesses who are managing social media, but they have lost their trust due to spreading spammy information or unwanted material. So that's why you have to be credible with the accuracy information, with the relevancy of the information, and with everything attached to the company. The third thing is the value addition. People are following you on social media because they expect some value. They expect the return of their time spent on social media in shape of any information, in shape of any update, or in shape of anything you can offer them through social media. So it is essential that your social media policy clearly directs your employees to add value in the to add value for the customers, for the clients. The fourth thing is the minimum response time. It is clear that social media is all about responding and facilitating and to engaging the audience. And remember that on internet and on social media, the focus time is very short. There's very short attention span on social media. So therefore, your customers expect you to respond very quickly to them whenever they put any comment, or whenever they put any feedback, or whenever they put any query. It should be responded very quickly. Another important thing is to understand the difference between the personal and professional social media practices. Like, employees should understand that they cannot share their emotions, their anger on the company's social media page. Likewise, they should understand that managing companies' social media presence require them to show professional behavior because they are the brand ambassadors of the company while they are interacting on social media. Another important thing is to never share confidential information, because employees have the confidential information whenever they work within the company. But it is very important to differentiate the two types of information. They should know the information which can be shared with public and which will add value for them, and the other type of information that is very valuable for the company, and sharing that information could harm the company. Another very important point is to mention the consistency factor for the employees. Employees should never be inconsistent. They should be consistent with the conversation. They should be consistent with sharing the information. Experts suggest that the time and the day of sharing information on social media and conducting interaction should be very clear, so that the audience should always be aware of the responding timing of the company's social media. Like, you can select Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or you can select 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. timing of responding to the customer's queries on social media. So if you are consistent with your timings, so people will know that you are consistent, and they will never shy to come and ask questions about your products. Another important thing is to never be biased. As a human being, you may not like someone, but at the same time, if you are representing company, so it is essential that you don't show biasness against any type of people. You respect everyone. You show positive behavior with everyone, because everyone on social media who is following you is your customer, or he is your potential customer. So that's why you should never show the biasness, because the biasness may end with losing your potential customers. Okay, another important thing is to never violate the copyright laws or the copyrighted materials. The social media sites have their own terms and conditions which restricts the use of copyrighted materials, and at the same time the copyrighted material will impose legal threats for the company, because if you are using the copyrighted material of the another company with the name and with the credits of your company, so it will harm your company and its reputation. And the last point is to never share controversial things. Yes, the controversial things have very high engagement level on social media, but you should remember that controversial things might divide your audience in 2 or 3 groups, and if you are unable to handle the conversation at the right time, so sharing such controversial things might lose your audience from following your company on social media. So that's why it is in the interest of your company to never share such irrelevant and controversial things. So that was our guidelines for social media policy. So what are the results of such effective social media policy? If you are successful to implement such effective social media policy, so it will result in happy and convinced audience that is ready to buy from you, because you have greeted them well, you have responded them at the right time, you have cared them, so you have won their confidence, and now they are ready to buy from you. At the same time, when they will buy from you, so your company will witness high profits. And lastly, the employees will be very happy, because with their efforts their company is witnessing high number of sales, so they will stick to their jobs, and they might witness increase in salaries and bonuses. So it is very essential for every company managing a social media presence to come up with effective social media policy, which will result in happy clients, happy company, and happy employees. So finally, the last point for you is to adopt social media policy right from today. If you want a guaranteed social media success without the wastage of any money or time, so start using our guidelines for a successful social media policy. Hopefully you have liked all the stuff we have presented. For more, visit our website doitsocially.com or join us on our official Facebook page which is www.facebook.com/doitsocially.co, or follow us on Twitter at adil_Khwaja. Hopefully, we will catch you very soon. Take care for the time.